didn't see that. You didn't see that. Shh. All right, let's get right into this thing. What's up, guys? Thank you very much. That's kind of a weak clap. Boom! What's up, guys? Thank you very much for joining me today, where we are going to be playing Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. Ah. Now, this game was released only a week ago. Actually, I think it was still this week. And people are already ranting and raving, talking about how good it is, how the updates have made it so much better than the original, and people have just been saying how much they love this game. Hilarious, funny, intense. So we are just going to jump right into this because I've been extremely excited to play this game. So, boom. I love the little Inception thing. Begin. Let me know if any of the audio is messed up. I did my best to mix it all this time, but
This is the story
still sometimes
of a man named Stanley.
it's hard to tell.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
That's a
Employee
lot of
number
employees.
427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what
I
order.
don't like the security
This
cam.
is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders
Soul-rending.
came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one
Sadly,
day,
no-
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had
How
showed up to give him
strange.
instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. So everybody's missing, and I'm just here all on my own? Just a moment. I'm looking at my stream thing. For some reason, my audio and the game audio are very quiet. I'm seeing if I can fix that for you guys really quick. La 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 la. I mess up stream before I go live every time. It's actually somehow surprisingly nothing I did. It's just been weirdly quiet recently. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna be a little quiet. I'll try to speak up and be a little louder than usual, but for some reason old Mike here just isn't quite being loud like he used to be. So I'll try to really enunciate for you guys because it does just seem like it's a little quiet on stream's end. But that's fine. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hate
No
Monday.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who farted? That is odd. Oh. Can I oh, I can't even jump. What is that? I can't read. Dad. Okay. Fragile. Alright, I guess we'll move on. Those windows are ominous. Ooh, what's up there? That looks different. Knowing your city. Interesting. Guess we'll keep going. Not sure if we can actually make any choices here yet.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ooh, man. I do like being told what I do like doing what I'm told. I'm quite the sub here. Ooh, but this door kind of looks nice. I kind of like the way that hallway looks, but I do like a good lefty. We'll be a good boy. We'll follow the narrator. We'll do what he says. Mr. Narrator? Oh. Tips for not getting
there was not
fired.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Let a ball up inside of you. Take it passive aggressively. Take it out passive aggressively on other Who? Using slides to ensure and believes that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a stick blue graphic as a header. Alright. I guess oh. To do, synergize core value expenditures, shift global market parade, what? Monetize free to play. Okay, interesting. Oh, I can actually click to open doors? I've missed so many doors I could open. Ooh.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Ooh, there's some nice stuff in here, though. No, I like it in here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
God. The game makers know gamers so well. I choose the broom closet 100%. Ooh, wrench.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet fuck all. I like it. I can make clicky noises when I touch this duct tape.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some
I'm not doing
explanation
nothing.
here. I'm genuinely
It's
confused.
fun in here. One second, I'm
You
checking
do
all my
realize
stuff.
there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Sorry, Mr. Narrator. You need to get turned up a little bit. Just a wee bit. There we go. You should be good now,
But
Mr.
it didn't even
Narrator.
occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have
That's why I
thought
like
to mention
it. But I like the room closet. It's cool. It's actually pretty roomy.
Maybe
Could
to
this be
you
my new
this is
office?
somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
My
I hope your friends
favorite.
Find this concerning.
I think my friends are concerned by me, yeah. The
Stanley
broom
was
closet
fat and ugly
ending.
and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Mr. Narrator, why would you say that? I thought we
Well,
were
I've come
just
to a
having
very definite
fun.
conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
What?
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological... But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No.
Wait.
This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Wait.
Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited.
I think the game
Hours
just
passed,
broke.
Then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure beyond any doubt
I was
that
in
if
the
he
broom
waited
closet.
long enough, the answers would
Let me
come.
go back.
Eventually,
I was
someday,
happy there.
they would arrive. Soon,
This isn't where I want to
very
be.
soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
What?
Now
No.
it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
I don't want to
Here
be
it
in
comes.
here. Oh. That's not what I did. I went to the broom closet. Wait.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
That's so
decided to go to
weird.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I'm assuming that was a glitch. I don't think that was what was supposed to happen. But I won't subject you guys to the broom closet
When
again.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, well, we'll actually listen to you this time. But now I can try to open... Ooh, any of these? Ooh. That's interesting. I don't think many of them are going to be open. I'll close you behind. Oh. Wait. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
fired.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I'm really tempted. I'll leave it alone for now.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, I don't like that red light down there, so actually I will listen to you. I don't like the ominous, like, just white out windows. Oh. Fancy. Executive bathroom. Oh, sorry, I gotta take a shit real quick. To be rich, is it a crime to make crimes? Isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Extreme bathrooms. Oh, there's no bathroom ending? I can't just stand in the bathroom until he yells at me? Alright. I found a little thing though. I'm proud. Okay, nobody's here. There's no lady back here. Anything over here? Oh! There is something over here. What the fuck? Business strategy? No, it's Panda. It's Jacob. He's shooting Jacob. Oh. Wait, let's see what Mr. Mans has to say. The most expensive boss. What if I go in here?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What's the password? Oh man, certificate of purposelessness. Oh, what's the password, I wonder? Wait, I have an idea.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
I'm
Stanley happened
whoa.
to input the correct
Whoa.
code by sheer luck. Amazing. he stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, this got real. What the? This got real weird real fast. Down, I guess? I thought this was just a silly, funny game. Are we actually gonna... something serious happening here?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Wait, can I go back? I can go back up, huh? I wonder if that'd lead me somewhere special. Yellow box? No.
Stanley walked
special.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But escape. If light is on, call exit number 914 immediately. I'm tempted, but let's check out, see what the narrator's trying to lead us to here. Okay, that's just gibberish. All right,
The
what does
lights
that
rose
do?
on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay, are we being mind controlled? Is that why Stanley is so happy with his job? I'm fishing, but I'm on stream anyways. You know what? I appreciate that, Adria. That's loyalty right there. I hate Monday. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on
where's
a screen.
mine?
And Stanley,
I can't even tell where mine is.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, one of them's glitched out up there. Fired. Wait, what? I think it's that one right there. Right in the middle of my view. Because he's like 4446 something, whatever. I guess I'll just keep walking and pressing these buttons.
It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Oh.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh, how could it be? This can't be true.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
No,
Wasn't
never.
It? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Probably. Yeah, I could believe that. I feel like I'm pretty ignorant. I feel like I could spend my whole life blind to the world. Where? Oh.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah, I'll do that, I guess. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. What does that say? Well, I guess this first time I should probably actually listen to him. I should do what he says. So, oh.
nervous, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Probably not. I don't think.
Yes.
Unlikely.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
What? Where is this
And yet,
door coming from?
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on
Is this
how
how I
many
got to work
puzzles
every
still
day?
lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
Nah,
What
I don't
other
ask.
mysteries
I
did
don't
this
ask
strange
questions.
building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber,
I only care about
he
myself.
realized none of this
Let me get
mattered
out of
to
here.
him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps
Come on,
his goal
let me
had
out.
not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would
No, probably
anyone
not.
tell him where to go, what to do, or
This is
how
a
to
slow
feel.
door.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
Yes.
the only thing
What
worth
you
knowing.
said.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
Wait, but you're still telling me what to do. What if Stanley don't want to step through the open door? What if I want to go back? Huh? You gonna stop me? If I want to go this way? What if what if okay, I guess I go this way. Okay. Okay, they really thought about that. They boxed me in. Okay. See how it is?
Stanley
Ah.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I guess I was happy. Interesting. Okay. Get your first achievement. I think that's like the canonic ending. And now we're gonna do a bunch of stupid shit. I'm gonna speed run this game for all the stupidness that I can do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
So-
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, we already know that if we
Stanley
sit in
went
there, we
around
get some
touching
kind of
every
ending.
little thing. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5
There's an
times.
achievement
Is
for
that
this?
all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose
even know
you
there's
were to click
achievement.
the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Yeah, I could do that, boss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
I
20.
have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
But I did
Perhaps
it.
50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Oh. I'm just gonna mash. Oh, I'm clicking it, boss. Boss, I'm clicking it. I'm clicking the door so good.
I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement
What?
to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment.
hustling.
A willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Oh, man. Where's 417? It's this way. Oh, I've... 420. Oh, no, I thought that opened. 417. Oh, gotta get this door. Gotta get that door.
Oh, great.
Ah.
Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437? That's back this way. Is it? No, it's not. Where's 4... Desk number 437's here. Where's door number 4... Oh!
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
10 clicks? Okay, I could do 10 clicks. What is that out there? Those... I think there's so much to this game that I'm not seeing yet. Okay, there we go.
Now,
Oh, I'm
back to
clicking
door
it.
number 437.
No, we're... Oh, no, the coffee. Oh, God, we can do it. I know we've got this. Come on. Come on, Stanley. Move your feet.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Oh, get to the copy
All right,
machine.
back to
Oh.
room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Come on. Come on, Stanley.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
God.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416, this is way. Yes, boss.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Yes, boss. I'm doing it. I'm gonna get the copy machine.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now?
Boy, did I learn.
What were you thinking?
Oh, and now I just continue on with the game? Okay, I guess so. That was interesting. It's an odd way to get an achievement, but I appreciated it. Okay, so now are we just back to this same decision again?
When
Does that not
Stanley
affect?
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know, let's do left again. I want to see what happens if I go on the elevator in the boss's office.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yeah,
Feeling a wave
yeah.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
closet.
boss's office,
The
hoping he
broom
might find
closet.
an coming to a staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his
Yeah,
boss's
yeah, what are you going to
office.
do? I'm too fast for you, huh? Alright, we've already seen the presidential bathroom. The shooting the panda, whatever the hell that is. Alright, what are we feeling? Up or down? Hmm? We did up last time. Let's do up again. Okay. Go up. Now I wonder how Mr. Bossman is going to feel about that. There's singing in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that. This is pretty lovely. Oh. What? Down, maybe? I mean, that music was lovely, but... Hey, you press it again. Get us there quicker. Or not? Okay. I guess that doesn't do anything.
Step.
Oh man, why is is this game too strong for my computer? Wait, why is the resolution? Ugh. Wait, God, oh God, why is there so many things to click through? Just give me the. There we go. That's close enough. Yeah, that's just the normal resolution. I guess medium. We'll turn the
This is
narrator
the story
down.
of a man named.
Gee-bit.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Shut up! Stop
Stepping
talking.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
I
stunned to
know
discover
the
not
code.
an indication of any human life.
Oh, I
What
got
could
it wrong though.
mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind
Nope.
of anxiety isn't healthy. so he relaxed
Look
for
how
a few
fucking tall
moments
this
with
room
some calming
is.
new age music.
You know, I do feel relaxed. I do feel relaxed. I'm sorry, narrator. I'm sorry I cut you off. That was rude of me. I shouldn't have done
Feeling
that.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh. Okay. So yet again, we are faced with several options as we come here. We have the option to go to the escape, but also there's an option to go, oh. I could go back up, but I don't even know if that'd do anything. Let's go to the escape. Let's find out
Stanley
what the
walked straight
escape
ahead
is.
through the large door that
Shut
read
up.
Mind Control
No, I
Facility.
didn't. I want to go
Although this
escape.
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was
It
that
was
at the
clearly
end
an
of this
escape.
hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
And by death, you mean escape. Because death, in a way, is freedom. It's like a baptism by fire.
The door behind
You're
him was
reborn.
not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No, but I like
At this
this way.
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
But I like this hallway. Why is the game lagging? It's cool. It's a nice hallway. That does look slightly deathy, doesn't it? Whee! Am I dead? Oh, that looks like dead. Oh boy,
As
this
the
seems
machine
deadly.
burned into
Narrator!
motion and Stanley was inched
Why didn't you
closer
warn
and
me?
closer to his demise. He reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the
narrator?
bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death
that doesn't
was
look
never
safe.
a loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his
Wait,
brief and
no, I
short
didn't.
life.
Who said I did that?
Stanley,
Well, shit. Ah!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal
A second
jaws.
narrator?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
But
And
Does
yet it would be just a
Stanley
few
Turnbull?
minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see
the
that
layout.
Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I didn't alter the development through the core layout remains almost identical to the original. Corridor. The practice of this opening session was important to get right. The corridor had been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in good time. The two doors. The set of two doors is the very first concrete piece of Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. The explanation of the contradiction of this room posed. Filing cabinets. Office computers. Button sounds. Oh! Oh! Ooh. Oh, yeah. I like that. The office? Okay. Is this like... Is this just all the secrets? Maintenance room. Some more offices, some potted plants. Fun room, a money printer? Is this all stuff that can happen? The office again. The apartment timer in a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending. A timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. I don't even know. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Am I supposed to be here? Feels like it's a lot of like secrets and endings being explained, and I haven't seen any of them yet. Game design mock-up. Yeah, that's an actual ending. What the? Countdown room? Freedom ending? Countdown desk? Oh, exit. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I don't know what you're talking about, lady. This sort of looks like a satisfying lever to pull. Chunk.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No,
I actually can't see anything
not.
right now.
Sometimes these things
Dark as
cannot
shit.
be seen. But listen to me.
Oh,
You
wait.
can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you
What do
move
you-
forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop
Wait.
now and it'll be your only true choice.
Wait, press escape.
Do choose it. Don't let time choose you.
Ah! Oh god, the game's shaking. But I still have to do the stream. I can't stop the game. I'm sorry, Stanley. Oh, he got squished. Poor Stanley. Sorry, Stan. Didn't mean to do you like that, bud. I guess we just continue
All his
on.
co-workers
That
were
was kind of
gone.
dark. What the
did it
fuck?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, what the? The end is hell. The end is never. The end is never. The end is
No
never.
matter
the end
how
is never,
hard
the end
Stanley
is never.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Whoa, wait. That's not something I just missed. What? All of them say that, and now I'm turning them all off? Wait, so do each of my lives affect the others? And what happens if I try to turn these all off? God, this game's crazy. Oh? Wait, what did I just do? Input received? How, where else do I give input? Is there another computer I could click on? No. What the heck?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a
You-
single
I'm trying to
difference,
discover a
nor
mystery.
Did it advance the
Shut
story
up.
in any way?
Shut up. Shut up. You're talking about it, so that means it must be important. But we'll come back to that. There's so many like little secrets and tiny things in this game that there's so much we can come back to later. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Shut
open
up.
doors,
I'm going to the right.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I do love me a good employee
Yes,
lounge.
truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after
Give
all,
me a
just
sody.
to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood
It's
here,
not.
drinking it all in.
Kind of an awkward room, actually. Ooh, coffee. No coffee. Okay, we'll
But
continue
eager to
this
get
way.
back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Looks a little ominous, doesn't it? Oh, so does that. Yeah, we're just ignoring him this time. We're doing our own thing. You do not lie. If you're lying right now,
Stanley
stop.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Need a key card. Do not jump for the cargo lift falls in motion will cause immediate death. Penalty of misuse for cargo. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. Oh man,
Look,
I'm
Stanley,
tempted.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I
I'm
realize that
tempted.
investing your trust
I'm
in someone
tempted.
else can be difficult, But the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by your... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
No.
I don't know how to convince
I'm
you
just
of this,
interested.
but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
No.
let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Danger everywhere. But this is so much more fun. I'm just exploring around, man. What? What do you have to show me? What are you gonna prove to me, huh? You can't prove nothing. No buckets past this point. Hey, viewers, drop your damn buckets.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, I'm colorblind.
Aha, perhaps you
Whoa.
misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red. R-E-D. Red. R-E-D. B-L-U. E! Through the E door!
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh man, he does have a convincing argument. The white door? Through the white door? R-E-E! The E door!
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out
Yeah.
what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well,
Yeah.
don't let me stop you.
Yeah.
See, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Well,
Do you not
I don't think I
could have
ruined
had time to do
everything.
that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for
It's
nothing.
still cool.
Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what.
Stealth
Take a
Archer,
stab in the
please.
dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go
Oh,
ahead, Stanley.
yeah.
Take it for a spin.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me
Ugh.
about your experience
5.
with this new version.
Oh,
What
give
do you
it
say
a
that the game
5, hard
benefited
5.
from allowing you more choices.
Ugh.
Feel free to be honest.
I'm trying to
looking for
mash.
some real critical
Please.
feedback here. Aha!
Oh, 5.
You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the
probably
game
your
needed
genius
a third
brain.
door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley.
Before.
Don't even try. Here,
Don't
based
even
on the
try.
data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. Worldwide leaderboard? Wait, who's leading? Good old Neil's offline. 2 seconds. Whoa, is that actually stats? Is that updating? It is updating. What? 21% of players skip the intro sequence. Only the worst 3% shows the blue door. 98.9% of players are more attractive than Stan. Oh, wait. Out of 9,328, you're ranked 9,328th players worldwide. Why not ask some friends for help? The friends list empty. Oh, wait. Guys. But I haven't been playing for 7 hours. A dead rat is offline. A dead rat is ranked. Oh, his dead rat is ranked higher than me, guys. Oh, guys. God, but it's dead. It's not even a live rat. If it was a living rat, I wouldn't be so insulted, but it's dead. Oh, that's funny. Is that all? I'm really tempted to go through one of the other doors, but I want to see. I want to see what he has planned here. Okay.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No, it didn't make me feel good at all.
Hey, I nearly
didn't
forgot.
like
I've got
it.
a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
Wait,
and now
but
would
I
be
didn't.
a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
I would. Oh.
In this
Didn't even-
game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you
4
give it
hours?
4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
No! Oh, God! Oh, God! No! Ah, that's such a bad noise. I'm sorry, baby.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the
Their
latter,
son
I don't
hurt
know what
my
to do. I'm
ears.
completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not
You
even
did
going
good
to
until
try.
this part.
I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see.
I could
What
I
we
could do
have
that,
here?
yeah. You can get
Yes,
some
this
queue up for
seems
some
like it'll work.
Fortnite,
Let's
play
give it
some
a shot.
Siege. Whose game are we playing? Oh, whoa!
Fascinating.
It's
What do you think
Firewatch.
This game is about,
This
Stanley?
game's awesome.
What's
I
our
love this
backstory?
game.
What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are
Who
meant
watches
to play
the
as a creepy
Firewatch?
man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your
Oh,
creepdom.
Firewatch is an
Perhaps
awesome
for some
game.
sort of twisted erotic purpose.
What?
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So
I wanna
far,
play
I
this
love
game on stream
everything about this
sometime.
game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Minecraft door noise. For those of you who do not know, this is a game called Firewatch. Really awesome story-based game. Beautiful art style. I really want to play it sometime with you guys on stream. But they actually got Firewatch in this game. What the hell? Oh, it's still so pretty, even if it's rendered a little lower.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
What? What's wrong? It's awesome.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
What? What? No! Wait!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered off into that thing.
But
that big,
so
open,
nice out
just
there.
wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Oh, no, I kind of like that though. It's
Okay,
nice out
I'm
there.
going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with
No.
walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
No. Wait, this game's nice. No, I don't want to go.
Okay, I think
But I wanna go to
this will be
Jonesy
just
Lake.
the thing.
Oh. What the?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice
We
big
playing
box
Rocket
for you to
League?
run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I want to score a goal. I want to score a goal.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a
obvious.
ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall
I
run
do
the
like
races and do a
sports ball.
touchdown together. Yes.
Yes.
I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley.
Give me this.
here's
Give me the
ball.
sports
Have fun.
ball. Oh fuck yeah! Eh. Oh yeah, baby. Let's get this. Oh yeah. Come on, this is light work. This is light work.
Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have
Fuck
a
yeah.
thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one
Oh, look at me
ball
speeding
generates
up.
a certain
Stanley's
amount
getting
of
ready for the
raw
hit.
adrenal pleasure,
Boom.
then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
I
think
do
you try it
love
out.
lots of
Here
balls.
comes another ball.
Give me another
Yes.
ball.
Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley,
Yeah.
I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More.
Give me more balls. More balls. Yes. Oh, all the balls. I'm gonna score so much. Yes. Again. Oh, lovely.
Are you enjoying
What is
this?
going on?
Are you having fun? Is this a real
Yeah.
video game? Well, I sure
Yeah.
hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's
What?
right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes.
Oh, but-
You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving.
What?
See how you'd like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow,
What?
I don't
Wait.
think you'll enjoy it as much, but who knows?
No, but I was
You're
having
an
fun.
inventive kid, you'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
I don't. But. Is it just me now? I guess I'll score a goal with myself. I don't know how well that's gonna work. Maybe if I just jump down here. Ooh. Oh!
Hold on. What are you doing?
What the hell are you doing? Oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
But you left me alone. I'm like a toddler. You can't leave me alone. Work in progress. Beta. Iteration. Beta. The Stanley alpha test. Please rate your experience. Filing. I don't think I'm supposed to be here, guys. Which way do I even go? Oh! Uh-oh. This is a little spooky. This is a little spooky. This is on the 5th floor. We are on the 4th floor. Hello? Anybody in here? Set of 2 open doors. Oh, a light. It's gotta be something good down there, right? Is this another different game? Because I don't recognize this. Oh, is that my office? I don't like this. This is creepy. What's going on? Is the narrator just gone now? Like, what's happening? Is there nothing I can do here? What the? I'm not even... Whoa.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
What? This game's fascinating. This game is extremely, extremely interesting. So I think I do have the option of just standing in here and letting nothing happen,
All of his
but
co-workers were
that's
gone.
not very exciting.
What could it mean?
The computers
Stanley
are all
decided to
different
go
now.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so what was up with this computer? It's not there anymore. I can't do the oh yeah, there, okay. I have to do that across several games to get that to work? Okay, so I need 3 more dues. I need 3 more button presses to do that, so I have to get through 3 more lives. Quote unquote lives, I guess. That's fascinating.
When Stanley came to a
This
set
game's
of
so
2 open
fascinating.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, we'll do the door on the right again. This seems like a
was
lot
not
more
the correct
options
way
that
to
way.
the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
Yeah,
stop by
I
the employee
do.
lounge first, just to admire it.
I do want to stop by the
Wow.
employee lounge.
Yes, this room. What a but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll
And so
do that.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
This looks like more fun. This looks like more fun though. Oh,
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to
Not
wander
me.
about and get even further off track. So now, in order
Yep,
to get back,
that's
he
me.
needed to go from here.
Where do I need to
it's,
go?
Left.
oh, but what about these doors? What about these doors? Anything in these doors? Okay, I guess
Oh
not.
no, it's to the right.
Look.
My mistake.
You better be sure this time. No, don't punk me out, bro.
No, not the
You-
right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly.
Open a door.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I don't trust this guy anymore. Not after the last
Right,
ending.
Right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay, ooh, I don't like that.
No,
Oh.
no. This isn't right at all.
What?
We're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close
What?
your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to
Close your eyes,
Who
guys.
am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste
No.
my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Oh, it's fine.
This
We don't
time,
have to
suppose
restart.
We don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh, okay. I guess that's an ending, huh? Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, maybe I missed a memo. Maybe I missed a memo. Some tells me this isn't over yet. That can't be an ending. That was such a short thing. Okay, let's check the computer. Which of these computers has it now? Oh, wait. Which of these computers has it now? One of them has to have it. It's not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Where is it? Where's the loading bar? I want to press on the computers. Aww. Now maybe that's a sign that it's still part of the last one. Nothing news on the computers. Or maybe it's on a separate computer that's farther down. Whoa.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No,
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
Narrator!
Oh,
Did you
something
screw everything up?
change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Uh-uh.
Did you move the story
Pinky
somewhere?
promise.
Hold on.
Scout's
Well,
honor.
I'm asking you. I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh.
Let's find the story.
Ooh. I want to go back. I want to go over these. Aw. Okay. Next best thing. Achievement unlocked. You can't jump. Aw. Don't hit me with that achievement. That makes me sad. Oh. Well. I still want to go down this way. Okay. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding it back to let you torture yourself? What the I don't want to go that way. What the fuck? Uh-oh. Is this like the back
I'll say it.
rooms?
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you
This
there
is kind of
definitely
creepy.
was a story here before. Do we just...
Oh, this
do
is
we
the
need to
back
restart
rooms.
the game again? Well, I found
Wait,
it unlikely
no,
that we'll
we
ever
could find our way
progress by
through.
starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why
Wait, we're
not?
back here? Oh, man.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Oh, man,
decided
none
to
of
go
the
to the
computers
meeting
are
room.
on.
Perhaps he
Oh.
had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I think I just missed a memo, guys. I hope you guys are having fun with this game, because I certainly am. Seriously, though, just a quick second. Huge thank you to everybody who has been helping blow up these videos recently. I hyped you guys up on my Discord, but for those who have not gone to the About page and clicked on the Discord button to join my Discord yet, we hit 145 views on the 12-hour stream. Y'all are crazy. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I cannot say how much I appreciate that. I wasn't even sure if I'd get like 30 views because the audio was like fucked up at the beginning, so I just assumed everyone would immediately click off. So thank you guys so much. You are really amazing, and if you want to take one step farther and be even more amazing, please follow and subscribe if you want to continue to help my content. Otherwise, just sit back and keep watching and do what you guys do. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. I just want to shout you guys out real quick. I realized I hadn't done that yet, which you guys definitely deserve that. Okay, but
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we
Where
go
we
back
came
the other
from?
direction and see if we missed anything?
That's a good idea. Maybe we did leave the story back here. Is that the story? B4B3 story. Hello, you in here? I don't think I'm seeing any story in here.
Aha!
I can't even clue.
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Wait. Wait. Whoa. Wait. No. Brain don't like. Brain don't like. Ooh, this hurts. Brain.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our step. Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall,
think
but
so
I believe
either.
my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember, Stanley?
Whoa. Wait.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay!
know you
I
put in
did
a lot of
it!
Hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Thank you.
Oh, no,
I did it, guys.
I don't feel right about this at all. We both
What?
know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some
What?
people
Yeah, I
win
did. I've been
fair and
playing for a
square,
whole
and
hour.
this was not one of those situations.
Oh.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care
Yeah,
what might
if you
happen this
leave-
time. I have to restart.
Oh, but guys, I thought I won.
All right, I've got a solution. This time,
The
to make
adventure
sure we don't get
line.
lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Boy, that does look fun. I do like the line. Whee! It's like a perfect go. Okay. I mean, follow the line. It can't be wrong. Whee! Oh, around the
You
boxes.
see, the line
Back around the
knows where
boxes.
the story is. It's over in
Around
this
the
direction.
box.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though,
Yes.
who'd have thought, wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it
Yeah.
another way, is the story of no destination still
Oh,
a story?
ooh.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a
I'm doing
journey
my best to
such that
follow
a
it.
destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
The line's getting a bit confusing. Never mind, I love this again. Following the adventure line, following the line to adventure. Following the line, yes I am. Following the line to the fun.
Wait, cut the
following
music.
the line.
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you
Yeah?
study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Oh, where's my... Oh, fuck, my pen. All I've got is the back of this highlighter box. I'll write it down. Shit, I'm out of ink. The fern. There you go. There you go. I scribbled it down real quick for you guys. There it is, the fern. I won't forget it. My mind's like a steel trap. That fern's locked in there. No way it's getting out. No way, no how. I literally, in my panic, I threw a pen across my room when I was doing that. Got it. Taking every detail. Okay. It's got some moss in there, maybe some lichen. Okay. It's got thin little stabby bristles, but it's got some thicker ones too. Okay. Okay, I got it. I was actually kind of vibing to that adventure line music.
Wait, what?
Ooh.
We're back at the office? No.
No,
Line.
just trust
you
the
don't
line.
know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ooh.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how
But-
could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
But no, I like the line though. The line's still here. I guess I'll just follow
You
it.
know what, Stanley?
Oh.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
But
We're intelligent
I like
people,
the adventure
right?
line.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh, that does look like a nice direction. But I like the adventure line. The adventure line song was a bop. I guess I'll just keep going this way, huh?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could
I
be
don't even
anything.
know it.
What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I want to be me riding a pony.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Just don't acknowledge it, TM. Yeah. So as I was saying, oh god. Oh boy. I want to ride a pony. And oh gosh. Man. I'm trying not to acknowledge it, boss. I want to ride a pony into the sunset, and on the back of the pony, I want to.
A choice. We
What
get
is
to make a
this?
decision. From here, the story is in our control.
What's up,
How
Lucian?
important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that
Fuck, I love
somewhere,
this line.
the place
Oh,
where we're
this is such
trying
a good
to
line.
go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination
Yeah,
corresponds
boss. Yeah.
with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from
Oh
the
yeah,
right,
yeah.
let us ask,
I knew that. I
will
knew that.
taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Oh,
Since the
definitely,
answer is
definitely.
clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Oh
No
yeah,
matter
yeah,
the
yeah.
truth
You're
or
right,
logic.
boss.
Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Yeah. You're right, boss. What?
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Wait, somebody pull up the
confusion
time. Have I
ending.
been doing this
You're
for
telling
17
me
minutes?
That's what this is. It's all one
Fourth
giant
restart.
ending.
Find
And
the
we're
line
supposed to
again.
restart the
Fifth
game
restart.
eight times?
Attempt to
That's
place
really
road
how
is
all this
prevented,
goes?
unable to go anywhere. The game
It's all
restarts.
Determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what?
Narrator
Am I just
restarts.
supposed to
It's
forget?
No longer in office.
Well, what if I don't
Wander
want to
into
forget?
Blackness. Find a
My
bookstore,
mind
get
goes
bored, and
blank
leave.
simply because it's written here on this thing wall. Well, who
Oh,
consulted
they
me?
both led the
Why
same
don't I get to
way.
decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like
No.
this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Yeah,
And
boss.
the timer stopped? Does that mean
Oh.
did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
I actually kind of
The,
wanted to look at the
whatever
bookstore.
it is that made this schedule. How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
I guess we'll
So-
find out.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know,
Oh, there's a
I
chair
suppose
here.
in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite
Yeah.
sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're all
Ah,
saying that life
well,
is about
I guess
the
we'll
journey
find out.
and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
We are locked in.
Eventually. Well, in the meantime,
Oh. That was actually kind of startling. That legit kind of scared me. I was not expecting that.
all of his
Okay.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So, yeah.
Stanley decided
It said
to go
he'd
to the
forget
meeting
about
room.
it again.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So has he forgotten again? It said he forgot about it and then nothing would happen. Or some maybe that was after the next restart. I can't remember. All I remember is that before the
When
last
Stanley
restart
came
was
to
the
a
book.
set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait, is it just the game again?
This was not the correct
No.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
It's the
just
adventure
to
line!
admire it.
No, it's still going. Okay, so this is the same thing. This isn't a new game. The adventure line's there. That wasn't there before. Okay. All right. Okay, so
The
where's it gonna
lounge was
diverge?
sublime, a work of art. What was
By the way, you guys are not tripping. The game does lag whenever I enter a room. I did a little test play for the audio, and I experienced that, and I looked it up. That's just the game. The game lags whenever you enter a room because it's old. So it was released a week ago, but the original game's about 5 years old, if I remember right. So
it about this room
it'd be
that
a little
called so
laggy.
deeply? But eager to get back to business,
All right,
Stanley took
all
the
right,
first
we heard it
open door
before.
on his left.
So do I listen to him?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So
Look,
is this the
Stanley,
same
I think
ending?
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your
I'm
enemy,
so
really, I'm
confused.
not.
This game's so
I realize that
trippy.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's
All
someone
this
you've been
time?
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please,
Did I forget about?
stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for... This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem
Her?
yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
She's been waiting. Who's she? Oh. I do have the choice to leave. Does this activate? Doesn't. I could throw myself off. Okay, that seems like a little bit of a dark response, but we'll see what's down this way first. I won't just immediately abandon it. Ooh, bitrate's being a little weird. Sorry, guys. That is dark.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to
Whoa.
her.
Okay.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Wait. Do I...
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope.
but
Hope
I
for
didn't.
a life reunited one... Wait. Oh,
But
goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed
Yep.
to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was
I'm
possible.
a stud.
Let me double check.
I don't need to be tied down by no woman.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the
Nope,
phone
not
is actually
me.
somehow an
I'm a wild
incorrect course of
horse.
action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand.
what?
How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not
What?
Stanley. You're a real person.
No, I'm Stanley. What are you talking
I can't
about?
believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choice, and to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
I do like instructional
Choice.
videos.
It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, it can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it
Excellent.
4:30?
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I do feel educated now. Did you guys pay attention? It's 4:30. I have to go take a back sack and crack. You remember that? That's important. Take note. Don't forget that. It's very important when you meet somebody who's crazy. Or not real. Okay, so I guess we've just got to do what he says now. Oh, there's a gate. I literally can't jump out now.
Meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would
But it's
make no
funny,
sense
it's
at
not
all.
senseless.
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
What? To reality? I could find a way to wiggle out. Okay, I guess not. Why was I so tempted to kill myself just to make the narrator angry? Oh, what's that say? Oh, this is the line. Are we just heading back to my office then? No.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
The door on the left?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
You mean the door on the
means
right?
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, God. Oh, guys. What would Stanley do? Oh, I gotta... my inner Stanley. He entered the door on his left. Left. L stands for left, and L's in Stanley. Stanley left. Yeah, I did it! I did it, narrator! I did it! I went left! Narrator? Did I do it? Was it narrator?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait, is this... Can I not go off the rails now? Oh, I can't even open up the executive bathroom. The one in the middle. I wish I could have done option number 3. All these doors are locked now. This is different.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 114. Night Shark 115 4 5.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Hello? Night Shark?
Is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please
No.
speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a
I'm
crucial
doing
step.
it. Boss, Night Shark 115. Boss, is not working.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it, but you know what?
I bet I
It's
did.
pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means
boss,
to take a story seriously. If you didn't
did
want to
my
see what I
best.
had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
See, now I'm actually fascinated. Do I do what he said again? Or will it just be the same thing? Huh. I guess this way now.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly,
Oh,
hurry
no.
back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too
no.
late.
Oh, but I was just... you didn't like it when I went the other way. Oh, no. Oh, boy. I was just trying to help out. Okay. Okay, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure everything's fine. Yeah, it's normal. Everything's normal. It's okay. Oh,
Oh, it's ruined.
yeah,
I
look,
can't
it
believe
says
everything we
there
talked
is
about.
okay.
My story. You've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it
The
forever.
red door.
Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work?
Get over there.
No. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Wait,
No, I have to.
can I?
I have to shut the game down.
No, 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 no. Wait, don't do it.
I have to.
Whoa, wait. I think I could have jumped from the chairs. Oh.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here.
don't like
here in this
this.
pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
I was just trying to help
My
you,
entire game
boss.
is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
I
What,
didn't
did you think
mean
that would be
to.
funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He
I was
actually
trying to
knows
live
how to
like
do what I tell him
Larry.
to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That
I'm
thought
sorry,
hadn't
boss.
even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a
Not really.
child.
Legally, yes.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a hole
I
under the facility.
did!
You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect.
But I did.
I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Ooh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
Whoa.
left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Oh.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
That actually makes me sad.
This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. You hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
That's so sad. That's so sad. Oh my gosh. Did you just get a hard restart me after that?
Already, this was uncomfortable. And Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
What was that? Was that? I'm not just tripping. Let me listen back to that. Was that my computer glitching out? Okay, maybe that was just my computer glitching out, but it sounded like he said all right like 15 times. Okay, maybe it was just a glitch. Maybe I'm tripping. I swear it sounded like he was like all right, and then he's finished his sentence. Also, there's no computer to continue that loading thing. I do like new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Oh, new graphics? Wait, is this where the actual Ultimate Edition part starts? Have I not actually seen any of the new stuff yet? Because I just got the actual quote-unquote ending.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra
This
Deluxe.
is the new part.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Yeah.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
So wait, did I actually seriously just now get to the new stuff? An hour and 30 minutes into this stream? This game might warrant a part 2, depending on how you guys react to it. It just got...
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready. It's a little slow.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
What?
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
That does look tempting. I can jump! Oh boy! It's amazing! Think of all the things I could jump onto, guys! Whee! I could jump in this entire circle. Can I jump? Oh. Whee! I can still jump in the circle, though. This is some good content. Hey, this is a $25 well spent. I love this. This is good I guess I guess I'm out of jumps. All right. I guess the next room.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another elevator.
Ooh.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for excitement? If this is new content,
I mean, that
then I
jumping
could
was
just
pretty
read you
good.
The whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes.
Oh.
I knew there had to be
More
something
jumping?
else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
More jumping, maybe? I did love the jumping. The jumping was good.
That's
Thank
it?
you for enjoying the
Oh,
new
you've
content.
got to be kidding me. You see, Stan, this is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
Yeah,
And
they
don't get
pushed
me
it out
started
in
on the
only
level of
9
craftsmanship
years.
that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills,
Yes.
no gimmicks, just you and
No,
me
none of
having
them.
a great time together like always.
Like
What do you
always.
say, friend?
Oh, yes, of course. Some gonna be different. Oh. Oh. Is this actually the new content, or is this just part of this ending? There's the original door. I think we've just now actually activated the new content for the Stanley Parable Ultra Edition. Ultimate, Ultra, whichever it is. Ultra Deluxe. Oh.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
That does sound tempting, doesn't it? Well, let me peek it over here. Oh, that's just the regular place. I gotta go over here then. I gotta go over here. It's a wrench. Hello? Boss? Boss man? Ooh, that looks kind of steep, boss man. Go! Uh-oh. Is this a trap? What kind of PC do I have? Give me a second. Let me pull that up at the end of stream. I can't remember right off the top of my head. It's an Asus Tough Gaming. It has a 1660 Ti.
Okay, you remember how cheap and
It has a
unsatisfying
Ryzen
the new Ultra
processor.
Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made
Oh, of
something
course.
special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Ooh.
Just our little secret. Take a look.
Whoa. Oh.
I call it the memory zone.
Oh,
It's where I've been
boss.
storing all my favorite
You
memories
made this for
so I
me?
can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences
Oh,
like
wow.
the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Oh, boss.
You see, Stanley,
Ah,
doesn't the memory zone remind
2013.
you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap
Look at that.
re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then,
Oh, I
it
sure
all
do.
meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, look at that game cover. Indie Box Collector's Edition. Audience Award, the Stanley Parable. The British Academy for Television Arts awarded to, I can't even read who that says, that it has Stanley Parable taped over it. That's awesome. 2013. The Stanley Parable buy on Steam. Good times. Oh, look at guys, it's the 2 doors. You guys remember that? Feels like so long ago that we were at those 2 doors. A smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. The first dollar. The disc. That's a big disc. That's actually the premium. That's like a very expensive setup when this game first came out in 2013. You got the a CRT TV and the nice clicky clacky keyboard. That was like a $5,000 setup back then. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. British Academy Award. British Academy Award. Wow. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Rutgers goes from scandal to new crisis. Interesting. Stanley Parable deals through tough choices. What the? I don't remember that. Stanley dies somewhere? Oh.
And
This is
over
like a
here
meditation.
is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many
please.
games that
I'll
aspire to
take
be
a
more
seat.
than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand
of
and
them.
all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally
Better than all of
every
them.
game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now
That's
it's
basically
nothing.
all of them. He just
It's no
listed
games
them
at
all.
It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
What a shame. What a disgrace. Also, this meditation room's nice. Should put this thing in VR. I'd love that. Oh. Oh, what's this? Memory zone maintenance. I can't open it anyways. The Stanley Parable. Before they added that stupid gold text over it. What, it just ruined it. Person of the Year. That's Stan right there. That's actually like game design graphics. Oh, the happy button. I guess I just don't get happiness today. For Scott K. Oh, another review.
Here's
Another
moving
glowing
passage,
review.
this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video
Texture
game
carpets.
memories.
Missing coworker scenario grass trial version. The serious room. I want to see the serious. I can't get to the serious room. Wait, how are we gonna be serious then? Boss man. Huh. Is there another? Is it? Ooh.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I
Oh, of
wouldn't
course.
give to go back to have it all over again.
What's the serious room? I wonder if I can go to the maintenance. I can.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's
Ooh.
down here?
Sooty Pop. Ooh.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh
I
no.
haven't
We
looked
don't
at
want to
these
be
in
here.
years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews
Oh,
were glowing
no.
as well, weren't they?
Oh yeah. Steam. I think that's a positive
Honestly,
one.
I could
Let's
not
just
be bothered
focus
to
on
play
that.
this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh, that's a lot of reviews, man. I've seen a lot of red crates and not a lot of green ones. That's not Steam, that's S-Team. See, that's positive.
Okay, let's see
Where
what
can I
this
read the
one
positive
says.
ones?
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness.
No,
This is
no,
actually
no,
quite
no,
shocking
no,
for me.
never.
Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel
Unimpeachable,
like
yes.
a failure. Like I let these people down.
No.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
No. Everybody always loved it. What's this?
What's this
Oh,
one
no,
to say?
nothing. It's nothing.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip
10
button.
hours on record?
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly
How are you
too
going to play
preachy,
10
then-
hours and leave a
then
bad
maybe letting
review?
you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
But I like...
And
I like
here it
hearing
is.
you.
Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more
But I don't
listening
wanna
to me
skip
rambling
you.
on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people.
okay.
And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
Okay, yeah,
Well, don't
maybe-
sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices.
Okay.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of
Oy.
course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that,
There's
of
some
course,
back
you need
here.
a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a
Oh,
rumination
okay.
and more of a treatise. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips
Lucian,
to go
what the
poof,
hell are you
and it's all
talking
over.
about?
Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check.
Okay, alright.
Welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That
Oh.
last one was,
What?
well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just...
Oh,
Wait,
no.
how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can
You
enter
come
a
in
room
through the
without
ceiling?
a door of some sort or a window or something like. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently
This is a
large crack
fan.
in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before.
Yes,
wasn't
sir.
there? I swear there was. Where did it go?
I think he's set
Can you
to
maybe
just keep talking.
Just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here.
I've listened to you, boss. I hear you.
Press the skip button. Got it? Yes,
Not pressing it.
I'll be right back.
Alright, guys, you heard him. Can't press that skip button. Just like you guys can't press that skip button while I tell you about the fact that you guys should most definitely go to click that about page, check out my my Instagram, my YouTube, my Discord, check out all that lovely stuff. Go add yourself on all of those, say hi on the Discord, subscribe to the YouTube, follow my Instagram. If you haven't already, follow and subscribe to this Twitch account because you guys are amazing and I want to see more of you. And I think we've got to hit the skip button, guys. I think we've got to hit the skip button. All right, let's take note of what time it is, though. It is about 2:15.
Stanley, please don't push
Oh,
the
God.
button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just
Whoa.
been frozen there.
What?
I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again.
Well, I don't know what else I can do.
I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking.
Because
and
there's nothing else to
I don't know what
do.
I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it
Just
so
get rid of the
important for
button.
me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are.
I hope
But it
that's
doesn't
actually
really
a person. I hope that's actually a
But
person.
here I am. I'm fixating on every
Oh,
tiny negative.
skip.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back.
Oh, God.
Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley,
The
I think it's
tree's
been a week.
dead.
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with.
Oh
And you'd
no,
think that that's
poor
just
narrator.
how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because
I
I know
think
you
our only
can't
option
hear me
is to
once you
skip.
push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up.
Sorry,
I'll
Mr.
give
Narrator.
up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me.
Oh,
because
you don't-
maybe, Stanley,
you don't
maybe
mean
if you
that.
can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction.
Hey, yeah, you skip. Oh.
again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down
After
in
a
one place
year?
and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only...
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I can't listen to you. You're taking too long. Hello? Nay, they's where the box faux show. Faux show, faux show. What is that? Is that a fire alarm? Oh, it needs a new battery.
But they didn't understand.
Oh.
The game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned. They screamed. They gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing.
I don't know if there's anything else I can do except for click this button. Mr. Narrator sounded like me. He's going a little crazy, that's for sure.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
That makes me uncomfy.
Is never the end, is never the end.
That makes me real.
End is never the end.
That makes me real uncomfy.
Is never the end, is never.
Okay, skip. Does this just go on forever? I guess we'll just keep skipping, see if anything changes. Maybe eventually it'll deteriorate so much we can escape. You know what I mean? Maybe like a wall will fall down eventually. Poor narrator's really going through it though. I feel bad for him. Don't worry, Mr. Narrator, we're almost out. It's almost enough of a gap for us to get through. You do all the waiting. Oh. That's kinda nice. Look, there's even some like berries or nuts or something. Mr. Narrator? Man, I wish I had that jumping circle back again. That was pretty fun. Oh. I don't enjoy that. Mr. Narrator. No, I'm good. I'm good actually. Ooh. Ooh. We were in an ocean when we started. Mr. Narrator? Hello? Oh, I can't. Okay. You out here? There's not much to narrate. Mr. Narrator. Guess I'll just pick a direction and go in it, huh? This looks like a nice way to go. Towards that, like, black speck. That seems cool. I like that. Oh, that's a looping texture, isn't it? Because That's it? What?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
That's it? That's all the the extra info we get? Oh.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
That hurts my
he
eyes.
then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure
Lucient.
and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Young man, you did not have
So,
to.
now
Thank
that
you
you're
very
here,
much,
what
good
do you
sir. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, young man. Know that you most certainly are appreciated. I heard the audio. I didn't see the animation play. Thank you very much, Lucient. Please stop spending money, though. I don't. Stop. Don't
Isn't
spend
this
more
a
money.
fun and unique place to be?
Ooh.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also
free
be an
Prime
appropriate
sub.
time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
That was a great song. I enjoyed that. Is this just gonna keep going forever? Or is it just gonna play that now? I think that's it. I think we've got to just reset now. That was funny though. I like that song.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hope we didn't. The dialogue is a little different when we started. I don't know if that means I screwed anything up by jumping out the window. I honestly didn't think I could get out there. I just noticed when I stood on the chair. Oh! Oh! What was that? Wait!
Stanley went around touching
Wait.
every little thing in the office.
Who was that?
It
Who the
didn't
fuck
make
was
a single
that?
difference, nor
Wait.
did it advance the story in any way.
Oh.
Oh,
New
good.
content.
You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
I saw somebody else out there. So technically I'm not spending my money on you? Technically. You get off on that one because it's technical. That's careful, young man. Okay, this looks the same as before so far.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
427.
Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It
Covered
could
up
go
the
in so
MacBook
many
logo.
different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
New mug. Wow, even the mugs are new. Is this a new water machine? Wow.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so
Taste the
much catchier than
sequel.
Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But
It's
the
the Adventure
Stanley
line.
Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Off painting. Somebody literally just pulled up a picture. I do like this. Look at this. It's like Apple Incorporated right here. I like the vibes of this place. We got a nice amount of 2s. The new content is out. New content part 2 is in. Look at that. Old and busted. Ugh, look at that old and busted. That's the new hotness. Cool red section of the chart, boring sections of the chart. Fuck, I love this game. The color red, leverage holistic value. One more teaspoon, better teaspoon. Look at that. Isn't that nice? The logo ideas. Oh, I like that one actually. Thanks for attending my meeting. Oh boy, this game's amazing. I hope you guys enjoy this game because fuck I am. Okay. Stanley Parable 2. Yeah, I get two of them.
Clear. I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of
to
interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Well, yes. Logically. New features. Hey, watch out. You might catch a lawsuit by YouTube. Oh, I gotta walk through the line. Illustrious, the line for Expo Hall number 2. Look at that. That's pretty cool
Here
looking.
we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Ooh, I like that. Reassurance bucket. I'm coming back for you. Hear your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players
A road to the
really
perfect
want?
button.
And of course, the first
big,
and most
too small,
obvious answer
just
is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So
Why,
with
of
that in
course.
mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Is it just gonna say Stanley?
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
Oh,
Here,
yeah.
let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along.
It's
I
me.
promise you'll love it.
What's
Okay,
up,
Here we
guys?
go. Let's take a
It's
deep
Jim
breath,
here.
Clear your mind.
Welcome back to another
forget
awesome
whoever
Let's
you
Play,
are,
where we're
and
gonna be
simply
playing
become a person named Jim.
The Stanley
I want
Parable
you to
2.
imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim,
Yes.
watching your dreams crumble
Oh,
into dust.
of course.
Do you feel it deeply? Are
Yes.
you really,
I'm
truly
Jim. I feel
right
so
now?
Jim right now.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
What's up, guys? Jim here. Thank you for joining me on this Let's Play. We're going to be testing out the Stanley Parable 2. Now we got an exclusive look here on the button that says the name of the person playing the game, and boy, I'm excited. I'm just gonna go postal if they say Jim right now.
Jim,
my fucking god.
Yes, you see? What a thrill. What a... That
I
was
literally
you.
just shit my
The button
pants.
described
I
you.
I
Do it again,
just
do it
shit
again.
my pants.
Jim.
It hits
Oh.
even harder the second time.
Oh,
If this were the
man.
only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's
I'd
take
pay
a break from the
$60
gym
for
button.
that.
I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy.
Oh.
Sometimes a person can be too much,
Jim.
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 I'm
Jim.
putting the gym button
Jim.
away.
Jim.
Otherwise,
No.
soon you'll
No.
start to lose all
No.
sense of who you
Jim.
actually
My
are.
gym!
Jim. Jim.
0 out of 10. Shit game. Terrible. They took the fucking gym button away. I guess I'm back to Brian the Bean Boy, huh? Can't be Jim any longer. That one guy that actually has the name. Bro, that... Before he's like, oh, that's not what it is. They must have been
I
tripping
suppose
the
I could
fuck
allow
out.
only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Oh, epilogue. Let's not do epilogue yet. Let's check out everything else first. We are running towards the end of this video, but I am fascinated right now. And I don't want to risk this restarting the game if I leave. So we're going to check this out. New content, the condominium. Okay, let's check out the safety reassurance bucket. I'm intrigued by this.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless
Where is
despair
it?
in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've
Wait.
engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You
Oh.
see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your
Please.
heart. It's true.
The bucket.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal. And
Please.
perhaps even
Give me the bucket.
you may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be
Go.
honest,
Please.
it's a much
The bucket.
more convenient
Give it.
solution
Give.
for me than actually
Please.
redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine
Go.
what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket
Yes, very.
is the perfect solution. Come on,
Guys, I need
give
the
it a
bucket.
try.
Oh! Oh!
Can
Look
you
at that.
feel
It
it?
shakes.
The
Ooh.
glow of comfort,
Look at that.
even in the face of
Look
crushing
at that. It moves when I
despair, must
move.
already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I
Wait.
think that just holding it has made
You
you
could
the
hear it
slightest
jingling
bit
around
more
as well.
attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't
Oh.
they? All this and more awaits you in the
I
Stanley Parable 2.
I can never leave the bucket. I need this. I can't go without my
Does
bucket.
anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I mean, if
Okay,
we're
I'll be
talking
honest,
about
I
best
haven't yet
buckets in a
decided
game,
on this one. I think that in
This
the
has
new
nailed it.
version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go
someday.
with?
Both of those are kind of ominous, but I like the idea of child labor more than injury. Let's go. Happy
You know,
12th birthday.
sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew
Step-niece.
which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Oh, but I like.
Or
Okay.
actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay. What's back there? Man, there's so much stuff to look at. Gosh, I love this. This is so awesome. Distant space-time, future space-time, wholly like infinity. Okay. No, that's it. I don't want to leave yet. Man, I'm loving this bucket. I gotta be honest. I can't get enough of this fucking bucket. The only thing that would make it better if it was filled with some Cool and relaxing water. The Stanley Parable 2, new free and easy achievement. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever and receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
I do like that. Let's hit it.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
But look, it's so close. It's fine. It's fine. I've still got my bucket, so you know nothing could keep me down. Nothing could stop me from moving. I'll always be okay. You know, it's just like a small pebble in my path. What would have been a mountain?
What haven't we seen yet?
Let's see. What is this? Can I find them? Can I find them? Can I find them? Collect them all? What am I?
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no
Why is
reward
this
for
room
collecting
so...
all of them.
Whoa.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
I don't like this room. Put it in the bucket. Oh! 1 of 6. 1 of 6. I got more to find. I don't really like that room, actually.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Absolutely tragic. The Infinite Hole. Free achievement, the button that says the name of the player that is actually playing the game. Settings, World Champion, the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. Okay, let's check out the Infinite Hole. No, not the jump circle.
What? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable
more
2
jumps.
as well. It's oh wait, you already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well.
It was a good circle.
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
No more jumps? No more jumps in the jump circle? Okay, no more jumps, I guess. I do see there's a little bit of lag. Apologies. Okay, so no more jumps in the jump circle. Is there anything that I missed here? That's new. I think this is the epilogue room. I thought we were supposed to see this last, but clearly not.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I guess so. Okay, well that was a little underwhelming. I thought that would actually deliver a full epilogue of something. What is this? Settings World Champion. I do like being a champion. I have to go to the settings to see that. If I turn my hertz up a little bit, there we go. I guess nothing. Alright, well that kinda sucks. Come on, man. Come on. So we've already seen that. Been over there. Okay. Still need to check out the Infinite Hole. We've seen that. Oh, I walked past this. I didn't even realize this is the Infinite Hole. Ugh. It just keeps going. Truly it does. Ugh.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact
the holy moly
that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
A little unnerving, but guess it's the only thing left to do. Whee! As long as I have my bucket with me, I feel safe.
Wonderful. One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
Ugh.
Now then, since you've
I
gotten to
can still
see the
move.
infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I could just keep going forever, though.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Nah, I want to see. How deep is this hole?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want
That's
anyone to
pretty
say
good
that
hole.
it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Uh-oh.
From one perspective,
Uh-oh.
the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
What?
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
The cigarette buzz.
Things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just
I
put
didn't say
all this
anything.
behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that
I'm
works
sure they
for
won't
you,
figure out.
Then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp
Every
up to
pause
the top
button
of
is the
hole
Roman
and we can
numeral
move on.
2.
I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. Alright, let's teleport.
Great. Now,
Oh.
I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Wait, the roof is back on. The roof wasn't on when we started, was it? I thought we could see down into the hole. Odd. Okay, well, what else you got for me then? More hole infinity. Educational use only. Opening depth, isn't it? Surrounding area. Is this the way I'm supposed to go? Or is there something else down there? Okay. Can I put him in my bucket? I don't think I can get him. Was there something I was supposed to do back there? Okay, let's see. Did I check everything? Infinite hole, collectibles, epilogue. Yep. Merch. This map, jump circle. I've seen everything. Where's the exit? Okay, I am here. What's in? In is the jump circle. So jump circle's there. So that means exit is this way. I guess that's all there is to see. I guess we've seen it all. I guess that's
All
it
right.
for the parable
Have you seen
2.
everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Mm-hmm. I'm all good. Ooh, that poster's actually kind of fucking cool. Look at that. That's actually really cool. Oh.
So, Stanley,
What is this?
what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game,
Stanley
but I can feel it in my soul.
Able seat.
It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Most certainly.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay, so the infinite hole.
Okay. Are you ready?
Jumping.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes. It's,
Well, I mean,
it's
there's
marvelous.
potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Yeah. Just switch it around a
this
little
is
bit.
much
That's all it
better. I
needed.
feel
That's all
good
it
about
needed.
this. Here we go. Version 2.
Oh, I like that.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
No, it's
I
perfect.
wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original.
Of course
Wait,
they would.
maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect.
Oh, yes.
With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, this
What kind of
is
title
the
screen would that
Stanley
be?
Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect.
I
Go
think he'll
ahead.
figure it out.
Take a look.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's actually sick as fuck. That's actually sick as fuck, bro. That is genuinely so cool. Even all the settings are different too. Bro, that's actually genuinely awesome.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I can't skip. I need to see if
Stanley
anything's
worked
different.
for a company in a big building.
He's got the
where
fucking
he was
balloons!
Employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on
Oh,
a keyboard.
man.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
Okay,
how long to push them.
we saw this bit.
And
We
it-
saw that bit. It's got the balloons now. Can I
All
jump?
of his co-workers
No.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I gotta find where the jump circle is. The bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yes. Oh, the fucking bucket. I gotta find where the jump circle is. The jump circle is probably my favorite addition. You still got no answer for why there was another Stanley walking back there, but I guess that's just life. Okay, I'll keep my eye out for differences.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
They should sell merch and they should sell the bucket. I want to have the
This
bucket
was
in
not
real
the
life.
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Why, yes.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the
What's
meeting
that?
room? Yes,
Was that Mr.
Stanley
Bucket?
thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Keep going this
insightful
way.
The bucket turned out to be.
Okay, bucket.
No,
Whatever you say.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the
No,
door
no,
on
no,
his
the
left
bucket was
to
right.
go back to the meeting room.
The bucket knows where to go.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, yes, Mr. Bucket, please.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question
Why, yes,
or
Mr.
how this
Bucket.
bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley
this one's
chose not
special.
to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Why, of course. And again, I apologize for the frame drops. That's something that kind of just seems to happen later in the streams.
Said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
This room? Oh, I see. Yes, Mr. Bucket. Oh.
Now pick
What
up
should
the
I do,
phone,
Mr. Bucket?
said the bucket. Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Yes, Mr. Bucket. Mr. Bucket?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I
Mr.
gave
Bucket?
Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Mr. Bucket? Oh, my love! Mr. Bucket! Press Q to take me to work with you. Of
The
course,
Stanley
Mr.
Parable
Bucket.
Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally
Oh.
talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the
Mr.
bucket say
Bucket.
to him is just in his head.
Work just isn't the same without you, Mr. Bucket. Thank you so much for coming with me.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Oh, let's whip up some dinner, Mr. Bucket. Let's look around. Let's go open up some doors. Okay, it's just Jay.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't
But it's
talk.
my bucket.
All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Bucket. It's my. Don't listen to the loud man. Press I for us to go back home. Yes, Mr. Bucket.
You
Yes.
see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of
Bucket
metal.
invadings. Press L to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Oh, of course, Mr. Bucket.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's
No.
just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of
My bucket.
shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You see? You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press X to go back home.
Yes, I suppose
is
on
this supposed to be
closer
how
inspection,
Stanley's pressing
it
the
doesn't
buttons?
quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be
You
better
can't
at
deny
moving
the
an amount
bucket.
of water from one room to another.
Press H to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better
You
at
love the
carrying
bucket.
water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just
It's
a
a good bucket.
Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it is so much more. You know it is.
I'm having feelings.
Oh,
No,
I'm gonna
What's going
fuck
on?
the
Why do I
bucket.
want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say.
Oh,
Do anything it asks.
baby.
What's wrong? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
I'm gonna fuck that bucket. Oh, baby. Come
Stanley,
here.
give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me
No.
the bucket, Stanley. I need it.
No.
Give it to me now. Give it all.
Ow! No. No. Mr. Bucket. No. Mr. Bucket. You can't leave me, Mr. Bucket. Mr. Bucket, where are you?
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally.
No.
This
My
is
bucket.
great, he thought to himself.
No!
This is what I wanted. Stanley
Mr.
lifted the
Bucket.
into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Guys, I'm very sorry to say this. I'm really loving this game. But we do have to end this episode here. This has been a really, really awesome stream. I have had so much fun playing this game. But we do have to end the stream here. because I am out of time. It is a weeknight. So sadly, that's going to be all you'll hear. I'll let you listen to Mr. Bucket clang around a little more, just a few more times. Listen real close so you could hear it. All right. Okay. Oh, wait. Whoa. Can't let you get too much of Mr. Bucket. You might get a little addicted. You might not be able to let him go. Trust me. I know how that happens. Yeah, this game, honestly. Oh, fuck. Oh, I don't even know what I inhaled, but that was the most instantaneously uncomfortable feeling. Oh. So as I was saying, honestly, usually I would say don't buy the game, just watch me play it. Buy the game. That was really, really fun. It's a smaller dev team. So, go out, show your support. At the very least, if you can, go to their website, tell them you liked the stuff, email them. Awesome game. Really, really amazing game. I've been having a ton of fun. I really hope that you guys want to see more, because, boy, we're going to be playing more, whether you like it or not. I cannot get enough of it. It's so awesome. So big props to everybody who helped make that. Big props to you guys and everybody who watched that 12-hour stream. Again, you guys are crazy. We had like three viewers for that entire thing at minimum. There was 3 of you watching that thing the whole time. I mean, maybe you tag team that, but still, you guys are crazy, and I cannot thank you enough for watching that. So, yay, Toby's stream is nice. Well, thank you. And sharing is caring. Very good point, Lucian. So, again, I'd like to thank you guys very much. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, smashing that follow button, and maybe even subscribing. But that is where we're going to have to leave it off here. Socialist scum. That is where we're going to have to leave it off here. Let me know if you want to see more by following, obviously watching this video, which you've hopefully already done, and joining that Discord and letting me know. Either way, I'll be seeing you guys Friday at 7 p.m. where we will be playing more Elden Ring. Bye-bye!